All right. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Rise and Shine. We are going to need a foam roller and something to kneel on, and otherwise, just you. That's it. Let's get started. We will start with rolling out our calves. So let's do it. All right. I am happy to be here this morning. I was out with Macy for I would call it a run, but it's more like a tiptoe because it's the kind of, we're having the kind of weather right now, or it just rained. So we're working on calves. Good morning, Em. We'll do 90 seconds. So start wherever you want, but 30 seconds per part. Anyways, I was saying it has rained here. So it's just, there's no, like, you can't wear traction. It's not that slippery, or there's no ice built up, but it's just the roads have like this very thin layer that it's slippery. So I was doing this like prancy run really slow, and I was like, I think this is my pace. I think this is actually, I'm like, this is how I run now. It felt kind of good. Anyway, I was like, oh yeah, this is the icy road slowing me down, but no, it's just me. Anyway, my ice pace is my jam. So anyway, hopefully it's a little nicer there. I think it'll be fine here in an hour when it gets a little warmer, but it's actually not that cold, but it's right at that temperature where it's like not really great for being out. This is not a good time for anyone who's compromised to be out. All right, keep the same side, keep the same leg, but switch your position. Sorry, there's only 30 seconds left. I was telling that story. I got caught up. So anyway, get into that spot. Whew, I have been out on skis a bunch, so all these stabilizers are like, hello, we could use some attention here. So this feels good. Hopefully this feels good for you as well. All right, we've got 10 more seconds on this side, and then we'll switch it to the other. All right, so go ahead and switch it up. All right, so our New Year's, we spend New Year's with friends, and this year our dinner theme is pizza. And so I just looked up, we were looking at recipes for pizza that's going to wow everybody because, of course, it's like competitive cooking with our friends. And so we found this cool recipe. It's like pinwheels. It's basically like pizza in a pinwheel shape, which maybe you guys have made, but you could just look up recipes. I mean, we're just like Googling one. It's not from anywhere fancy, but it's like pinwheels with gorgonzola cheese and prosciutto, and it sounds amazing. And I'm super excited. Switch your position. So if anyone has ever made pizza in a pinwheel and has advice for me, send it my way. But I'm looking forward to that. So um, yeah, if you have any tricks, tips, all the things, I'm here for that. And last 30 seconds starts now. All right. But no, I did end up getting some good cookie recipes from people. A recipe that I have not made, and I don't know if I will because it takes a little bit of time. I mean, I won't today, but someday I have to because it sounds so good. It's hot cocoa cookies, and it's like instead of using chocolate, you use hot cocoa or cocoa powder. I guess you use hot cocoa, and so it tastes like that. And then you like have a little dip in it, and then there's a marshmallow with chocolate over it. So it sounds like these 3 layers of deliciousness. Anyway, fun ideas there. Okay, let's stop talking about food and move our foam roller to our glutes. Come on down. One cheek, one side. Let's do this. All right. Hopefully, whew, your booties are feeling worked over the weekend. I don't know what you guys did. I was out skiing, cross country skiing, of course. It's so nice out. Yesterday it was snowing, like deep, heavy, almost rain snow. So it was fun being out in that. So lucky here. We can just drive 25 minutes and be there. And the weather has been cooperative, so the roads have been good. Feel really, really lucky. All right. Okay, I do have one more food story though, because this is blowing my mind. The Deschutes Historical Society had a like celebration slash competition for people who make like Jello salads or Jello mold kind of things. And we definitely had Jello occasionally growing up, but that was not like part of our holiday tradition, at least not that I remember. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think so. She's like, no. All right, other cheek, everybody. But they had all these people were bringing crazy Jello molds. They were posting them on their, like, the Shoots Historical Society Facebook page. If you need some Jello inspiration, if you're a Jello mold family and you want to make something. But one of the winning recipes was lime, cottage cheese, shrimp, and chili. I'm sorry if I just made anyone sick, but why? Why? Sorry, I had to tell everybody that. Anyway, there are some really pretty, colorful ones. You should go to the Facebook page. Anyway, it was good fun. All right, so last thing, now that we're on our backside, let's get low back here. So just up or above where you were, and we can get both sides. You can do them sort of at once, going from side to side, or we'll have a minute here, and I'll give you the 30-second countdown so you can do one side for 30 seconds on the other side for 30 seconds if you want. But however you want to do it, getting just above those glutes, get that low back. This is helpful for hamstring function, keeping our SI joints in gear. I don't know, general life happiness, happy backs, right? All right, so that's 30 seconds. So if you need to move to the other side, do it. All right. Breathe. All right, I do remember, oh my God, I have pieces of Macy's toy, these big fluffy white clouds all over here. I do remember going to Thanksgiving with a friend who was like, you have to have the green shit at Thanksgiving, some kind of green Jello. And I have to say, I like it. I'm not shy to say I'll eat myself a Jello salad. I mean, I don't make it, but if you're gonna bring it, I'm gonna have that for sure. All right, so now we're finished there. Before we move off of our foam roller, let's get into a figure four. So let's take our right side leg, get our right foot over the left knee, getting into the figure four. Now, we're at the figure four. Let's get our side of our butt or side of our hip into that foam roller. And we're just gonna get about 20 seconds here. We're gonna do 20 seconds on each side. I'm gonna make sure we really get that side. This is a spot that's tight for me. I suspect tight for you as well. So we're going to move into, after the foam rolling part, some figure four work. So we're starting now. All right, go ahead and let's figure four on the other side. I know this is short, but maybe that's okay. If this is painful, make sure you're breathing. Getting in really deep breaths, please. Okay. Awesome. And we'll finish up this side, and then we're going to get on our backs. All right, let's just do it together. So go ahead and take your foam roller, move it to the side. We're going to need it in our within our grasp, but on your back, let's go back to the first side. So let's get right foot over left knee. So our left foot is flat on the ground. Our back is flat on the ground. You're feeling like, whew, I got this. All right. So now this should feel really great for your back. Let's open up our arms so our hands are open to the sky, like we're going to catch something falling down. Now, our right foot is the one that's dangling in the air, right? Let's take it and move it down like we're going to put it on the ground and then back up. So some of you, your foot will touch the ground, and some of us, our foot will not quite touch the ground. We're trying to keep our shoulders down, but hips can move. That's just fine. And see if you can get it to the point where your shoulders can stay down, your hands can stay down, but your foot can also go down. Just getting in some of that movement through your spine. This should feel good. Also, while we're doing this, you're getting that opening of the hip. All right, now hang out there, stop your movement. We're going to keep in this position. And now we're going to do some glute lifts. So we still just have that left foot on the ground. We're going to push through that whole foot, squeeze the glute up, lift, and release. All right, let's get 3 more. So come on up, squeeze glute, and release. 2 more, come up, squeeze glute, release, and here's 1 more, squeeze and release. Now we're going to come up and hold. So come on up and hang out here, making sure you're breathing feel your whole foot on the ground. 3, 2, and go ahead and drop it down. Nicely done. Okay, now go ahead and switch your legs. So figure 4, but now our left is over the right. And we're going to go back to that same thing where we're trying to get our foot to plant down to the ground. We're getting in that twist while we keep our shoulders down. So we're working on opening up that hip while we also work on good mobility through the spine. You should not feel like you're really stretching that hip to the point where it's like, please let me stop. It should feel really good, like a very gentle stretch. All right. And 3, 2, 1. Now we're at the point we're going to lift and lower with a glute lift. So go ahead, join me here for 4. So come on, lift, extend, relax. Do it again. Lift, extend, relax. All right, come on up again and hold for a sec and relax. And here's our last one. Lift, hold, and relax. All right, so now we're going to come up again one more time and hold. So bring it up, push through your whole foot, squeezing your glute. Glute is tight, holding you up there for 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. All right, undo your feet. Put both feet on the ground and bent knee. You still are on your back. Now we're going to change this one more time to a hamstring extension. So we're going to stay where we are. Let's just grab our right leg, excuse me, behind the knee. You can keep that left foot either planted in bend, or you can have it extended, whichever feels better. And then we're going to just bend and extend the leg we're holding. So our right leg, we're going to bend and extend. If you get it fully extended, great. If you can't, that's fine too. But we're just getting a little movement through the hamstring and then releasing. So we're just trying to floss that hamstring there. Good. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and plant that foot. Get the other one. And back to it. Extend and bend. All right, so you should feel this in your hamstring. Once again, if you don't, check your foot position. Foot should be heel towards the ceiling, toes towards your body. So you're in kind of a flat foot stance. Excellent. 3, 2, nicely done. All right. So we don't usually do couch stretches in this format in the Rise and Shine, but today we're going to, just so I'm sure everyone can do it. And as a reminder, this is one that's a good one to do. I don't love a lot of static stretches, right? We're not holding a lot of stretches for a long time, but this one is one that isn't bad to do. So couch stretch, you can have your couch behind you or a chair or the wall. Either way, I want you to get your foot up a bit. The front knee is forward. And for now, I don't want you coming because not all of us have that kind of movement. What I want you to do is get this back foot up so you feel a little bit of stretch through your quad, keeping yourself down, keeping your chest down. All right, so now once we're in that position, we feel like, okay, gentle stretch, this is fine. You can now take your upper body, breathing through, and see where is a comfortable position. You can see from my head to my knee, I'm in one line. So that might be here, but it could be here. Notice for me, I can't go any taller than this because then I'll just start arching my back. And then this is getting stretched. My back is arching. I'm not getting the stretch here that I'm looking for. So this calf stretch is really modifiable. And it should be something you can hold for a long time. So if you're in this position feeling like, oh my God, make it stop, then it's too intense for you. The other way that you can modify this is have this back foot down lower. So it doesn't have to be quite this high. You can have your knee a little bit farther from the whatever you're using. Now, the final thing we're going to do now that we're in this position is let's take our back foot and push. We sometimes do this with those 90-90s. We push our foot into the ground. We're gonna push this back foot into whatever you're leaning on, the wall, chair, or whatever. So let's go ahead and push it back. 3, 2, 1, and release. See if that gives you any more space to free up in that position. All right, and then let's switch spots. For me, I've doubled up my knee cushion here because this one is a lot more intense with your knee sort of jamming right down into the ground. So go ahead and get the other leg up. Now, this other leg may not be the same as the other one, might have more or less flexibility. Leave room for that. So we're starting with just that back leg up. I want you to keep your chest down. This should not feel like a super intense position, whatever that is. If it's really low, if, however you are, it should feel like a position you can hold this for a long time. Okay, now when we're ready, let's go ahead and come up, trying to keep a nice line from knee to your head. Think about extending through the torso. I didn't say this on the other side, but that will deepen the stretch as well through the hip. And then you can play around with positioning, but remember, we're not arching our back here. When I come up to that tall position, that just like compresses everything in my low back. It's not a good feeling. All right, let's go ahead and push back with this leg. So let's push it back into the couch or the wall. 3, push, 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 2, 1, relax. See how that feels. Good. All right. And let's go ahead and get up. When we're doing couch stretch, if you're doing this on your own, this is one you can hold 90 seconds minimum, but 3-minute hold. Get into a position that is not super intense. You can hold for a long time. All right. Let's get into a sumo position. So that is where we've got our knees out over our toes. So feet out, knees out. And we are going to work on this feeling here. Come on down. And back up. Let's see if we can come down and get down a little bit lower. So now for me, it feels like this is where I would want to stop. But I know that I can get down a little bit lower if I just go slowly and hang out. Woo! And then come back up. So on your pace, let's do this for another 30 seconds where you get down to a position that feels like that's enough. And then you bring it down maybe an inch or two more. And come on up. Good. If you're feeling like, oh, I'm going to cramp, get down. Don't have to go down as low, but we're just getting some movement at the end of range of motion, under some load. Feeling like we can get some new mobility there. All right. 10 more seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right. Let's keep our foot position, our leg position, but move our feet forward. So we've got this wide stance, but our feet are moving forward. And then let's get into this position. So now we still have that inner thigh adductor doing the getting movement, but now our foot's in a different position. We might be able to come down a little lower. You decide. I want you to really think about sending your butt back. You can get your hands coming forward. If that feels good, like a counterweight, you decide. We're going to transition from this to a low squat. So that's why we're warming this up. So when we get down low, we don't feel like we are ripping ourselves in two. Don't need that kind of hate. All right. 3, 2, super. All right. Promise that low squat. So go ahead and join me. Let's get our elbows down to our knees. And then no need to stay still. Let's get in some movement. You should feel this through your feet, ankles, and then of course through the groin. Hopefully this feels good. I'm praying for one day my heels will get down on the ground. That would be amazing. Right now, not even close. All right. If I hold a weight, I can do it, but that is a really big counterbalance, not exactly me doing it on my own. Something I should be doing more often. All right, let's get 10 more seconds here. If this is bugging you, you can get your hands down if you need to. But collecting some time in this low squat is always good for us. We're going to transition to hands and knees after this. So 3, 2, all right. Everybody, hands and knees. We are going to do some bird dogs. So we are going to make sure we get our bodies nice and long. So first thing we're going to do is extend right arm. Then we're going to extend left leg. And then we're going to make sure that we're really extended. So we're going to be in this position. We're going to push the ground away. We're going to extend that right arm like we're reaching for something out in front of us. And we're going to push our heel back and really squeeze glute. We're going to hold here for 3, 2, 1, elbow to knee. And let's do it again. First, get in the good position. Now push the ground away. Reach for something 2 more inches. Push through the heel, squeezing the glute. Elbow to knee. And one more time. Get in position, push the ground away, extending arm, extending leg, squeeze, squeeze glute. 3, 2, 1, back to hands and knees. All right, let's do other side. Extend arm, extend the leg, push the ground away, and really reach for something, squeeze, elbow to knee underneath. 2 more, here we go. Get in position, and then make that position really work. So this is an active position, elbow to knee, back to it, and 1 more. You're constantly adjusting, reaching. Good, and back to hands and knees. All right, we are going to push our hips back, push our arms forward like we're in a child's pose, but I want you to really emphasize right side here. So you can pull in that left arm while you're really pushing out that right side. So this is sort of a one side focus here. When you do a big exhale, you'll notice you can get down a little bit lower. You've got space through the torso. And then as you inhale, you can use that to reset your position. As you exhale, get down a little lower. Good. All right, and then let's go ahead and switch sides. So you've got your left is the focus. Left is really reaching out. Good. Reach that arm. That whole side of the body should feel like getting a good stretch. Big exhale, so you've got room through the torso. All right, now let's keep things even here. So now we're in this child's pose that feels pretty standard. You can widen your knee stance so you can get down a little lower. And then let's go ahead and twist up. So we'll start with the left side. So it's like we're gonna raise our hand from the ground. Woo! Tight there. All right, and then right side. So you're keeping one arm down as you twist it up, getting some movement here through our back, shoulder. Good, 1 more on each side, twist it up. And then I'm making us do it again, back to our low squat. So back to our low squat, just go ahead and push back onto your feet. And let's see, while we're here, if we can go from squat to knee down, squat to knee down. If this is like, oh, heck no, that's a joke, you can get your knee down using hand, totally fine to use an assist, or you can just pretend that your screen is having some turbulence and you are trying to fix it and don't need to do this at all. But do whatever is comfortable for you. See if you can get knees down, working through some of that foot mobility. I don't know if you follow anyone who does mobility on Instagram. I feel like there's this like whole like walk across the gym like you're a small duck and your shoulders and body don't move, but you're doing some kind of weird, because that means your foot are healthy. I'm like, okay, stop pressuring me, Instagram. All right, and last thing, let's get our hands up from this position. Great, so we're in this low squat, hands are up, come on up to tall. Nice. Now let's bring our hands to our toes. Head is relaxed, neck is relaxed. We're looking at our knees. All right. Bring our butts down. Keeping our hands down. One more time of that. Hands come up like we're reaching up. Stand it up. Nice. Hinge it down and let's hang out here in this forward fold. Eyes looking at knees. Arms are totally relaxed. Let them hang. Let them swing. Keep looking at your knees. Then you know your neck is in a neutral position. And go ahead and roll it up. And we are going to finish this day. Okay, we're not finishing the day. We're going to finish this rise and shine, rolling our back. So everyone go ahead and get your foam roller. Go ahead, get that roller right below your rib cage. Support your neck. Do a full roll from the bottom of your back. Whoop, there's some cracks. All the way up to just below your neck, wherever it is comfortable for you. See what needs some attention. For me, I think it's everywhere. No, I can feel upper around my shoulders from ski poles. So that for me is where I'm going to hang out. But for you might be a little lower. I want you to imagine you've got all these different ways of working on yourself here. So you can do that shearing motion, that side to side, where you're moving the skin and muscle around. You can curve around the foam roller and just hold in a comfortable position, opening up the chest, getting in some deep breaths. You can roll up and down. You choose what feels good on you, but you don't have to pick one. We're going to do one more minute, and then you are on your own. Hopefully, Christmas week means lighter work week. Hanukkah week means get out the candles, everybody. 30 more seconds. Don't hold your breath. Final time for some really deep breaths. Opening up through the arms. Good. And whew. Thank you. Okay. There is going to be, I'm going to do class next week, even though, not even though, there will be class next week. So if you want to tune in before New Year's, please do. I'll be in Tahoe, maybe squeezed into a small room, but I'm doing it. So I will see you from there. And I hope everyone has a really good holiday, no matter what you are celebrating. And if you want to say hi.